Good morning, everybody. It's your boy Fury, fresh up out the bed. Let's see if I can go into work early today so I can get out early today. Why? Because I got to be to work early at my other job tomorrow. So, anyway, on subject here, did you know that year in, year out, here in Jersey City, New Jersey, there's been an increase in rent on an average of 5+%, maybe 5.5, 5.4, around that amount, right? Did you know that? 18th highest in the United States, which unfortunately for a lot of New Yorkers looking to get out of New York, you might as well just stay where you are. And I'm not saying that to keep you where you are. It's just sad. It's sad that this is the city I was born and raised in. The average rent is $3,078, which means if you find rent that is $1,500 on the average, right? That means there's rent out there that's quadruple the amount, up to quadruple the amount in Jersey City. For what? I asked that question and I'm dead serious. For what? For a concierge at the desk? Was this a hotel? The inflation on rent in the United States alone is horrible as is. But how is a person supposed to afford a house if they can't save a house for a house because why? Rent is more than a mortgage payment. How are you supposed to save up a down payment for a house, people? Think about it. Our wages doesn't allow for savings for a house. And if it did, that means you had to slave your life away. Life couldn't get away. Let's say, for example, I work in central New Jersey. What does that mean I need? A vehicle. Did I have a vehicle? Yes. That vehicle is on its last leg. So what does that mean? Had to buy a new vehicle, right? What does that mean? Financing the vehicle to own, right? Car note, right? Exactly my point. There's things that get in the way of financial freedom to just rent at ridiculously high amounts, which shouldn't be the case. Who should be paying $3,000 on the average in the city where all mayor did, and I said mayor because I'm saying both Mayor and Fulop. All Mayor Fulop did is push the violence into the South District. He pushed the destitute, the homelessness heavily into this area. So when we getting all these calls about overdosing, shootings and stuff, it's predominantly happening in the South District where I was raised. I was born in the North District, actually, at Christ Hospital. I grew up in the East District in my first few years, but I've spent most of my life in the South District. And I remember the apartment around the corner from me when I was young being $700. You want to know what that apartment is in this shithole of a neighborhood area? Now, that thing is more than double its amount for the same building where I walk past with my dog and there's garbage all over the damn place. People who keep that building don't pick up the dog shit on the floor, on the ground outside. Just a couple of feet down from it, a new building was built with high rent in it between Audubon and Bidwell Avenue. And guess what? Those yuppies don't even clean up after they damn dogs. High society, my ass. It's crazy. And people look at me like, oh, well, just get good. I hate this whole aspect that people are telling you just get good at life. Like you ain't getting good at life right now. Things don't pay the way they used to. And you, for one, don't think this bears heavy on my mind. It bears very heavy on my mind for the simple fact that I do what I do for a living. I love what I do for a living, but what you do for a living doesn't love you back when it comes to taking care of you. So people end up forsaking what they love doing to do something that they have to do to survive. And they end up miserable in a $3,000+ apartment. And I'm like, you doing all of this and you're barely at home just to have a place to live. See, the thing is, at this current point in life, I'm fortunate to have family who have basically built something. Not built. We acquired something. And the thing is, I still want out. Not because I'm just basically at the point where I'm just not appreciative of anything. Yes, the place affords me financial responsibility towards things that I need right now in life. But truth be told, I wanted a house. I wanted a small house. That's the type of person I am. I want a small house right now. But the thing is, I'm going to have to relocate out of the state more than likely because it's the most expensive to live in the state. And the rent, unfortunately, is more expensive than a mortgage at month. And then people will be like, won't you save up a down payment? Hello, didn't we just tell you that we spend the most of it on rent? This is the paradox we live in. And it ain't just indigenous to New Jersey. It's not just indigenous to New Jersey. It's unfortunately a lot of states. New Jersey just happened to be the most infamous because of its property tax, because of the value of the houses. You will be paying the upswing of $700,000 for a house that ain't even worth a manor in Georgia. Ain't even on the level of a manor. You take 700 G's down to Georgia and you be living damn near, you be living in a manor. Up here, you'll be living in a house. A house. But nobody wants to listen to that. Or they be like, oh, you're just a brokey, you're brokey, you're brokey. I'm like, you know what? Average American is working class. Working class. We can't even say middle class anymore because they done all but annihilated the middle class. People talking about, I make $250,000 and that's poor in New York City. I'm like, well, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. But I get where they coming from. A lot of them are trying to move out of New York City because of the cost of living there. But Jersey City is becoming the equivalent. So where are you going to go? It's so bad in New York City that you want to live in a nice area. You want to live in an area that's convenient to work. But guess what? The sacrifice is you will not have a apartment to yourself, but you will be paying somewhere from $800 to $1,200 to have a room with people. You can't just get up and walk around and stuff in your boxes and walk out free. You can't go store stuff in the other room and be in the living room too much. Why? Because you're sharing a place with multiple people, one. Two, now you have to downsize completely because you can't come from a apartment like I'm living in right now, everything gonna have to go in storage, or you're gonna have to sell off all your stuff to live in a room just because you want to live in the fucking city. And I say to people who doing that right now, you're subbing with people or you living in the area, I'm going to tell you this now. If you're in the area and you pay that much financially and you live in a system where you don't need to travel or buy a car because you don't live in the Garden State, everything's reachable in the train system, save your money, take your savings, and I'm gonna tell you this now. If you're gonna put a down payment on a home, I recommend you go somewhere, Pennsylvania and beyond. My friend lives in Ohio right now, and he's telling you it's affordable out there, way more affordable than New Jersey, way more affordable than New York, state and city. This is what it's come down to. I am not happy about this. And I tell my best friend every day I speak to him on the phone, I want to get the hell out of this state. But the thing is, I have New Jersey certification. Well, not really. Technically, I have national certification in EMS. I have to follow the whole process and see if I can get a job in another state. What reciprocities do I need to take? Am I going to find jobs that are equivalent for me to pay the rent, which will probably be on the level of what I'm paying now, but I'm going to be paying more money because there's other things that I need to pay. I need to be working like I'm working. Now, see the paradox of it now? I have 2 jobs, people. Had 3. But not because I was working them every day. It's just, per diem work. I have a full-time and a per diem job, but I get consistent hours at my per diem job. It helps me with rent, and it helps me with the car note. A lot of people don't get that this is what it's come down to today. People are working multiple jobs, and we're still kicking each other's back in because you're not able to take a heifer out on the date she wants to go out with, even though you just going out on the first date. And I'm like, there's a lot of societal pressures. Then you got a lot of these bucket-headed heifers online telling you that you aren't good enough because you can't afford her the luxuries that she deserves for her driver JJ. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. We live in a society where we got women actually telling you that if you do a profession that has dirt under your fingers, she can't fuck with you. She don't date mechanics. Ha! Ha! I was like, okay. Sure. Say less. Anyway, I'm going way off the subject here. Remember the rent is too damn high party? Everybody laughed at that brother. They laughed at that black man who's still dying on that hill. And when I say dying on the hill, I'm not saying that he's decrepit and dying. No, it's because it's even higher today. You think that doesn't bother someone like me where I just want to just up and relocate? But I got to worry about job security. I have to worry about financial security. And my financial security right now is tied up in making sure that the ends are met. It's the beyond factor and the lack of beyond factor that's the problem. And a lot of people would have beyond factor if they didn't have to pay on an average of $3,000 to live in this fucking city. Yeah, I said it. When did it come down to this? Look at all the high rises being built. They throwing luxury, they slapping luxury on it like a sticker that you get from a fucking rally that you went to. You just slap luxury on the building. Next thing you know, your rent is starting at $3,000. No pets allowed. Ha! Sorry, Petey. Sorry, boy. I want to go up and just go to a certain apartment. It's affordable, but they telling me I can't have you. Oh yeah, you can, but it's gonna be an extra few $100 a month. For what? This is what it's come down to today, people. Rent should not be higher than monthly mortgage. I am sorry. But then again, people were saying, you're already paying enough property tax, so that's the trade-off. No, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. But it unfortunately seems to be what it is. Anyway, I gotta hit the shower, y'all. It's your boy Fury. Long day of work ahead of me. And I'm out. Peace.